How can a lifestyle product make you a lot of money? Well, to answer that very simple question, we speak to Asep Ahmad Iskandar, Executive Director and Founder of Switchblades. I'm Ben Ibrahim, and let's go learn how you can become your very own boss, as this is Entrepreneur. Hello everybody and welcome to Entrepreneur. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, and today we're going to learn how a lifestyle product can make you some money. And our expert today is Asep Ahmad Iskandar. Asep, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure indeed. Now tell us about the history of Switchblades.
Well, Switchblade was a brand I stumbled across in my travels. It's based in Belgium. They've got the brand in various countries across the world. And now in Asia, we're the first one to actually incorporate a diner into the brand experience. So we started about 1.5 years ago, and things have been coming along great so far, man.
Okay. Now tell us about the brand of Switchblades. Some people think it's a restaurant, some people think it's clothes, bicycles, and some people think it's some form of a lifestyle product. So which one is it?
Well, I guess it's a lifestyle product outlet. Yeah.
Can you explain?
Yeah. So Switchblade is all about the rockabilly culture, about the surf culture, about hot rods, and we wanted to incorporate all that into a single place where you could come, you could enjoy the food, you could chill out, chit-chat, small talk with friends, and at the same time experience a bit about what rockabilly is all about. Hence the bicycles. We brought in Nerve bikes because to me they're really cool. They're old school cool, old design, but new style components, aluminium frames, etc. The hot rod scene, but yet with all this rockabilly vibe going on, we have not forgotten about the quality of the product. It's all double cotton, it's of Euro standards, and the ink is baby safe. So yeah, it's a lifestyle product. We want to push this forward because there's a void in that niche. Nobody's filling it, so we're here.
I suppose his childhood dream is very much the way he is, his personality. He's always been very much of a performer. He has no fear of an audience. He has no fear of, adults, for example. So we always knew that he would be somehow involved in sort of a public arena. So I don't remember at all him wanting to be somebody like a lawyer. I mean, that's reserved for us girls because he comes from a family of females largely.
Now, how much capital did you need to get this project started?
We set aside about 750,000.
Okay. What year was that?
That was last year in about June, I think, May, June.
Okay.
We started thinking about it in late 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not that long ago.
No, not that long ago. So we got the ball rolling, started the renovations, I think, in late May. And that includes the cost of securing the dealerships and renovation, the cost of the kitchen, which, wow, I never knew kitchens could cost so much. Now, when my wife wants something in the kitchen, I say, okay, go, get it.
Okay. Now, what were the initial challenges when you first set up the business?
For myself, I've got a passion for the lifestyle, all right? Not knowing too much about retail or F&B, because I come from events, which I still do now, yeah? we do event management. That's our other business. But for Switchblade, the biggest challenge was to understand what makes the retail business tick, what makes it grow, what makes it profitable, and also the same with F&B. And initially the challenge was thinking that it was a two-in-one business where I could get away with killing two exactly
with one stone.
Yeah. So I thought I could do that, but the reality is no. It's two different animals which you have to tame, and thankfully 1 year down the road we're profitable now.
Profitable now.
In the black.
Now, Asep, tell us about the mistakes that you made when you first started this business. From a learnings point of view, can you share that with our viewers?
Yeah, I think everybody makes mistakes, and starting starting a business like this where you open 7 days a week, for example, there's bound to be mistakes along the way. I thought one of the mistakes that we did initially was not getting the right suppliers, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, maybe looking at shortcuts in operations. So we learned along the way that certain things, especially in the service sector, you can't skimp on, you can't cut back on. Yes, quality is number one for us, but again, as a normal business owner, sometimes you want to see where you can extend your profit margins, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Yeah, right. Customer satisfaction for me is still number one.
So looking back at it in hindsight, you would get the suppliers right first, yeah? Okay. Now, walk us through a little bit of a checklist of what one needs to do to get a business like this started. The A to Z of entrepreneurship, really. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, you got to make sure that your funds are sufficient. Because it's not just about the startup; it's about the long haul. Especially in the F&B business or retail business, if you're an unknown brand, for example, you have to have funds on the side to do branding, for example, right? And definitely for the first 6 months, you can't really rely 100% on walk-in traffic because they don't know who you are. You haven't really established yourself yet. So funds is number one. Getting the right suppliers and building that relationship is key, because when something runs out, you can't close the shop. You still have to open and serve people. Right. So that's where your suppliers come into play, whether or not they will support you in your hour of need, for example. You need to have a good marketing plan, a strategy, and spend on it. You can't just talk about it and say, okay, let's do Facebook. Okay. But Facebook doesn't work if you don't really spend time and money on it. Okay. I think essentially three are key. Getting the right personnel, I think that's a process.
Okay.
Of course. People come, people go. You can't really say, okay, I'm going to start when I get the right people. Then you'll never start. Okay. So it's just sometimes you have to go with it, have the plan set. And the challenges will come, but take it one step at a time, man.
One step at a time. 2 business tips that Asep has given us today. Business tip number 1, always work with the right suppliers. Make sure they're bona fide. We've spoken a lot about that on every episode right here on Entrepreneur. And the second business tip, always have enough money for marketing. Enough money to get your product or brand out there in the market. In this case, it's Switchblades. We're just going to take a very short commercial break, but when we come back right here on Entrepreneur, we're going to learn more about this great, interesting business they call Switchblades. Stick with us right here on Entrepreneur.